Hello everyone, and welcome back to Vampire The Masquerade Shadows of New York. So yeah, I guess we're technically living with. Well, I guess it makes sense. We did lose, the whole not... We were behind on rent and all that stuff, and everything that was set up against us. I guess it would make sense for us to move in with her because she offered, but at the same time, we're living with a human. The question is, did we make her into a girl or haven't we? Who knows? Well, let's find out, shall we? Finally, you doing alright? Yeah, fine, I guess. Why don't you sleep? It's finally time for me to become more of a night owl. We've talked about making a schedule sync better. What's vitamin D? I care to have your skin. It'd be a shame to waste it. Just smoked so much before you got bitten, sweetheart. Yeah, sure shared the skincare routine with me back before, when I was still breathing. Can't just be going around showing my one secret weapon. Top secret stuff, MK Ultra level. Jeffrey Epstein current whereabouts level. Have to kill you if I told you. Well, my guy also has a secret anti-aging weapon after all. Hey, you don't care about that. Psh, what would that be? Adrenochrome? Close. Spirit cooking. Just so clear you're shitting me, right? Of course I'm shitting you. We just drink blood. Nothing too satanic about that. Fine, because when I see your chest, I'm surprised there's no cross-shaped burn mark, though. Exactly. Since you mention it, Come on, I feel a little more self-conscious than usual tonight. Don't. You want me to do your makeup before you go to bed? No need. No need. Weren't you supposed to have some sort of big party tomorrow night? Yeah. So on the backstage stuff, what makes you think I was invited? Because you're the coolest, cutest, and most all-around amazing person I know. It'd be insane not to put you on the short list. Believe it or not, most vampires are pretty insane. Dimensional psychic vampire level insane? That's how crazy they'd have to be to annoy you like this. Yeah, I would say so. Back then, a bunch of posh dicks that they pay because they ain't you. But they'll see. Jesus, how do you do it? Do what? You always tell me so much of this weird, stupid positivity that I can't react to. Without completely shifting my mental attitude, how do you do it? Well, the answer's easy. Remember how I told you we have the spiritual connection? I can sense what you feel and want. I can sense what I feel too, if you're really focused. Yeah, I think I called it a big load of bullshit. Think it would charge the ghost, but watch this agent's going. Since you feel you down and realize that you really need to end, realize what you really need to end this night. She points to one of her drawers. It's the one where she keeps her supply of. Do we want to know? Ketamine? Come on. What? No, wrong drawer. We're not mean demons, we're mean angels. MDMA? Ding ding ding. Took it half an hour ago. Perfect time thanks to our spiritual connection. Ready to fly away? The mood isn't right. I'd need music. A special SoundCloud playlist ready to go. Prepare a specific on the left one, Julius Sawinski. To give me a sign, I'll press the play. Jesus, you're impossible. That's why you love me, I hope. I give up. Come here, let me have a taste of you. Remember this one time the high won't end? And Oh yeah, I probably should have done that last time we were recording. So we were definitely on the rest moment, but still. I figured that was an interesting place to start. I leave Jaco's apartment as soon as the sun goes down. Yesterday was fun, but I always feel a little nervous when I spend too much time with her. She never lets me escape from being the center of attention. It's exhausting. At least the last time I spent with her, the happier she is to see me again. It's a tricky act to bounce, though. Grateful for her presence in my life, but never mind. What's my list of chores tonight? Ah, yes. Only one thing. Don't show up at the party at the art hall. Well, this is around night when I don't have anything to do. Might as well take a trip around the city and see what's up. But you didn't let me take a trip around the city. Maybe fix myself a little drink where I'm at. Oh, now we can. So, we're already at the halfway mark. So, basically we can do 1 or 2. To break out of this mood, go somewhere I know visit. See something I intend to avoid. Think sure what's the least you place to go and live there. The last person, especially farm parts, I was one of the kindred I could finally see the pill. Past at midnight they were how surprisingly good high ground. So basically we have 1 or 2. It's weird compared to coteries in New York where you have 5 or 7. You have 2, 1 for our second half of the night, so it seems like it's gonna be a short episode compared to the last one, which was an hour, because all that story stuff. Let's go live a little. Sure, why not? What was I thinking? I mean, even though it's hopeless introverts yearn for company every now and then, but be it the company of someone they know or a total stranger revealing themselves to be the soulmate they've always sought. Even for someone as neurotic as me, there's something in throwing the idea of briefly trading your individualism for a place in the crowd. You just wander around and stare like a beefy Tom here in plain sight. If there's anything missing from the show or my previous social life, it's the intangible sensation of being a part of a living mass. We're at Coney Island, of all places. What was I thinking? Surely if my ID finally revealed what I've been missing all my id finally revealed what I've been missing all along. All my 6 so really wanted was to nibble on a Williams Caramel apple. Take an overpriced Wonder Wheel ride. Well, hell, might as well try at least one of these tourist traps. Take that Wonder Wheel. The slow drive with the giant wheel always seemed quite hypnotic from far away. Curiosity gets the better of me and I get in line. After at least arrival, I could safely say it wasn't worth the wait. It failed to calm down all the thoughts running through my head. If anything, it helped them thrive. Not that I expected anything else, but still, not sure what I was hoping for. As the clouds of cigarette smoke, I noticed an old woman perched silently by the wall. She looks like one giant wrinkle, but her gaze is lively and pierces right through me. Pull the crumpled package out of my back pocket, my last smoke. There's a lonesome, pompous dick preoccupied with his visibly bored girlfriend shoves the cigarette out of my hand. Somehow it's his half-assed apology that pissed me off the most. There's a drink of dry strong, but I let pass. I look. Beneath my feet, I can nail the old crow and cackling as my cigarette sinks into the only puddle in the vicinity. Fuck. Turned out that's a know some brawny dude closing in on me. The way he's dressed is the same uncanny. Or Steve. I can never read his name right. Steve Buscemi. Walking through a high school corridor and scary outfit, except that Steve Buscemi is 1,000 times cooler than this guy. Gets right in my face and hands me a cigarette. Pulling up a rather annoying smirk. Apparently blockhead. Having a bad night, sweetheart? That's fine until you came along. complete disregard for my reluctance and starts waving his hands around like a second-hand mime. That's a shame, but hey, you seem like a guru who likes to have fun. I know these things. I have something here just for you. Want to check it out? So our peacock dances cover for wristband pops up from behind the sleeve. Shit, man, how close can you be? Or is this a hidden camera show? Maybe you're just some newbie being hazed by the rest of your undercover unit. I think I'll take the bait. Unbelievable. Okay, smart ass, you're on. Well, what you say? Keep talking. Why won't you follow me to my stash? I've got dope. I'll just wow. Now let me stop you right there, Tony Montana. That's 10 seconds and you rush straight to the finish line. Also dope. Poor soul, you're out of your depth. Who put you up to this? Seem to have struck a nerve and he doesn't know how to handle it. Come on, big guy, just give me a reason. Well, fuck you too, bitch. That's just rude. It begs for a reaction. Fuck it. Prison places occasionally arrives to find my friend the haunted house ride. Once I pretend to be a real monster. The cop quickly waddles through the front entrance of the spook room, leaving the ticket seller flabbergasted with his impudence. One later, I see a man with a staff wrestling with a wannabe drug dealer as he's doing his best werewolf impression and tearing off his t-shirt. Two casually dressed guys showing similar light blue wristbands jump to the scene, taking out their badges and frantically trying to stop their buddy from biting them. And that's enough to put a smile on my face. Seeing the okra rolling in the aisles, laughing her heart out, that pig suddenly makes the whole Coney Island trip worthwhile. She applies me from afar. No one but me seems to notice. And maybe there's something wrong with this place after all. I catch a wait back at the old lady as I take my leave. Well, that was a thing. Also, I don't see her hunger going up, so I guess we're fine. I guess that's enough human interaction for one night. I want more back to Big Beat Burger into the last fast food joint I'll ever know. I have the usual. Shall we use the line once the show would work? I've gained enough notoriety among the staff that does. The cashier just smiles and nods and charges me for one black coffee. Imagine them instructing the newbie, see that email, Weldle? Here's how it is. She always orders a single cup of coffee, nothing else, and she doesn't even drink it. Probably wouldn't take a single step even if I was still alive. Stuff is just trash, but at least being a buying customer gives me an excuse to sit here for as long as I want to. I could use one of those self-order kiosks to minimize human contact, but touchscreens don't exactly like me. Not too long ago, I managed to blue screen 10 of them in a row. Well, the good news is it doesn't look like I have anything to do tonight. The bad news is, because every candidate who matters is having fun at the auto right now. Not that I want to go, I just wanted them to invite me so they could tell them to fuck off. See, on the entrance to the restaurant through my peripheral vision. My naively hoping someone will come and save me from misery. I guess I am. Please, let somebody come and get me out of hell. Prince, Princess, Knight in Shining Armor, Fairy Godmother, Passing Huntsman, Big Bag Wolf, Milena Jovovich, Bendiso, Azaria Banks. Yeah, I'll take anyone at this point. Visualizing tapping into the power of my subconscious materialize my dreams. Nope, doesn't work. Looks like you're trying to be a nobody in the corner of a shitty restaurant suite there, Julia. Life's a bitch, and then you don't even die. Pretend to read a book about psychoanalysis I stole from Dakota for a while. I found too mentally attached and I switched to pretend to read a Stephen King book, which I also stole from Dakota. The terrifying realization that was written in the last 15 years and therefore contains no music, drugged out rants about troubled childhood in May, and I switched back to looking at the entrance. That party must be so stuffy and trashy and boring. At this point, I'm no longer looking for salvation, I'm asking for amusement. If it doesn't come, all I get is a boring bros with normcore clothes. But one can't take care of the business without doing anything to amuse me and walk out. Everyone's after I lose all hope, a tall, elegant man marches from a springing step. Surrounded, impatient, irritated, then he noticed the person he was looking for. Perhaps with visible relief, he came and approached my table as it means says, "There you are." Now that's curious. P shouldn't be here. God, goddamn D-Source Hill. Where'd you take me? Oh, wait. I thought my prayers were answered. Goddamn D-Source Hill. Where'd you take me away from this dreadful place in a shiny Dodge Charger? But yes, we totally went Malkavian for a second now. I could just expect Crater to just walk away at that point. Is Michelle Rodriguez in trouble again? Have you made up with The Rock? Will we get justice for Han? Or going to a race? Will you teach me how to live my life according to my time? I don't tip myself and muted, doesn't face him. Oh, he just would roll his eyes. Just stares at me blankly. Grab your stuff and get in my car, now. Don't leave no room for doubt, something bad has happened. I want to ask what, but whenever he's in this, I was simply in all the dumb shit you say mode. I'm no better than to ask questions. Then I suddenly follow him to the edge that guides me into his car. Just hope I haven't messed anything up again. I don't think I have, but have I? Where's car as usual? Him in the back seat, he's always uneasy when the passenger seat is taken. Doesn't want anyone to limit his peripheral vision, he says. No, I catch on zooming me in the rearview mirror, but this time he's watching the streets. Still looks like he's looking at me. More tense than usual, something must have caught me off guard. Oh, I see on and popcorn rain, what's up? Awkward silence feels like it will last forever. Eventually he finds the right words and speaks up. Just weeks ago, the prince told me to parlay with the Anarchs in the docks, remember? By the way, the Anarch movement, the loosely organized set of political outsiders opposing the modern Camarilla, dominate paradigm. They seem to end the tyranny of the Anarchs, but from what I've seen in USC, they'll just replace one hierarchy with another, more loosely defined. And we don't even get into the spot, which is always fun. And you made me tag along so that I could learn something about politics. As it turned out, politics meant something awfully similar to watch my drunken family shout each other at a wedding party. That's a man who didn't need to shout to make my blood boil. The meanest one in that room, the leader, white hair, a monocle, musty clothes. Ah, yes, Callahan. Yes, Callahan. We're not getting into the racist stuff. Ah, Scrooge McDuck, yeah, how could I forget? La Panache, old-timey bravado, and gendered insults flung my way. What was his name? Something British, made me think of Hollywood. Callahan? A Baron. Powerful anarch, basically a warlord. Barons are often a jumped-up elixir of strong arm their way into control of a building or even a city block. New York City, especially in Douglas Callahan's case, it often seems suspiciously like a form of traditional government to me. It's Callahan, Douglas, Boston, Callahan. Prior 2000 train for the man's opinions and ideas were stuck in 1920. The end was supposed to be the progressive option, and everyone understood what they put up with him. And his ways of predicting which way the wind would blow anytime Camera or the SI hit the Anarchs. It was the fascists opposed to him that were hurt, the luckiest bastard in the world. But you didn't believe in luck. I don't, but sure looks like his luck is finally run out tonight. Huh. But don't tell me. Anarchs got rid of him? Evil grin. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know the specifics, but I do know he's gone. Wow, gone as in dead? Deader than dead? I'm 99% sure the bastard man is final death. How do you know? But trustworthy sources in the Anarch inner circles, looks like all hell is about to break loose. There was an emergency meeting at the art hall. Jesus, and you're bringing me with you? Why? Because you were in the way, because I could, because I should. Might not be important to the members of the court, but you're at least an asset to the set. Symbolically, at least, I can justify sneaking you to the party claiming it's for your own protection. As always, my very own Ventiso takes care of his family life. Sick. Wait a minute though, the party's still happening? I called the prince, told her the best course of action is stopping and start listing security protocols, prepared for these sorts of situations. She interrupted me halfway through and told me we would discuss the subject face to face. Doesn't sound like she was interested. Party is that part, huh? Politics. Politics is that part. Fair enough. Don't know if he's trying to convince me or himself. To get politics sound an awful lot like a bunch of party-loving assholes shouting at each other. Don't worry, this isn't the kind of, how should I call it, governing issue the likes of you and I tend to deal with. How do you describe the governing issues we tend to deal with? Sure, we're sour shit. She usually seems a little embarrassed for cussing, or for being too honest. Either way, it's cute. No argument here. That's where the conversation ends. We stay silent as the car rides off toward the unknown. One bar in New York, Baron. Baron of New York City, if you please. It's one memory of an old douchebag who thought I could grill the world crosses my mind. All of a sudden, the world is left behind. Sayonara, asshole. And here I am, the only place I didn't expect to visit tonight, the art hall. I guess when it sounds, the inside seems lively. Even if they know it's an emergency, they simply don't care. We're standing around for. You still need an invitation? Maybe. No, I didn't, do I? Then the bouncer will let you in. There's a bouncer? Yes, he's standing right in front of you. Just start walking, whelp. Here I am among partying elites. It's as stuffy and boring as I expected, but hey, at least it's exclusive. The title Paranoid came out for these yearly gatherings, and it's called Celebrations of Power. Invitation to examine the relationship between undead bodies and the spaces they inhabit. Week-long event is packaged as a sort of performance art piece meant to make the kindred who are involved celebrate their potential instead of despairing of their monstrous nature. We have how to program omnipresent images of tragic vampirism with images that remind us we have inherited the earth and are now free to remake it in our image, is the way our parents puts it. With this, and she organized a series of exhibits, concerts, fireworks, parties, business meetings, etc., etc. Of course, the parties, business meetings are the most important. Hi, Prince. Oh, well, that's an outfit. Greater, finally. The same with Angel Alqueen, the holy patron of New York City. Take a good look around. Half the figures here are dressed like they are attending a masked ball. That would have for religious figures, either demonic or saintly. Shemet, I don't really understand the theme here. I know Panhood based on psychomagic or sort of shamanic. Psychotherapy using the power of art. Simply put, the holy mass and unholy mass in equal measures. The celebrant was meant to make the participants wholeheartedly accept that both the worst and the best of this earth has to offer. Plus, mask is the very least of standing out. That's a thing. You know, I heard the aesthetic basis for these parties is the black mask in the film, eyes wide shut, something the decision means Panhard is tone deaf, but it's quite the contrary. She knows the answer to contemplate ways to undermine her through art and rhetoric. That points out glaring contradictions to her theoretically benevolent rule. Instead of denying and suppressing as it's designed to criticize the lead, she embraces them instead of risking a Stereosan effect. She effectively defends the opposition. The resistance becomes a part of the system, and both the camera and the analog get the same message. Don't think of its pathology thing was the new normal. I'll collect the key advisors. I've already been told to come here. I don't think there's a need for us to hold the meeting in a particularly secluded place. We'll just do it over now. Or you, sir. Actually, wait, is that Miss Owensky I see behind you? Good evening. Glad you're on my way up because of a role as a ensemble representative. To say political honesty, you people have made it perfectly clear what's going to happen with my parents back in Chicago if I go against you. I realize you might become a target and decide to hide her at the art hole, putting all my eggs in one basket will make my job easier. I'll look for a safe place for her to spend the night. Oh, you. Great, you. Ah, yes, let her stay with you for now, our time. Time is of the essence. Didn't notice him sneak up on us. Nice gap. Were you absolutely sure? But of course, everything we say was going to become an open secret in a matter of minutes. Prince Panhard has already come up with the appropriate messaging. There's a question though, is if everyone's here, is Tiffy here? Technically, maybe, possibly, maybe not. Who knows where Thomas put her? I draw my eyes spot an elderly vampire guiding a young fashionable human girl toward the basement. Led like a lamb to the slaughter. Best not to think too deeply about what's going on underneath this place. When everyone gets there, I like to secure the perimeter. Easy now, our son. All you appropriate security measures for you are already active. Me and the prince have already pulled some strings as well. The situation is mostly under control. Mostly under control. Never let anyone sleep any easier. Our son, I know that the prince's soul. That as the prince's sword, you're active for blood, but you have to accept that. Like most weapons known to men, you're most effective hidden in the sheath. Listen here now. Looks like a fascinating philosophy discussion in the making, but sadly I'm forced to interrupt Prince Panhard. Besides, a mirror appears to be between the two men, a common and collective force completely changing the atmosphere, as especially for a self-professed protector of the peace. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Perhaps I feel out of place. She nods and smiles at me, probably just sitting at home. She takes solace in not being the only person in the room who feels like a fish out of water. Especially now seeing as I heard this meeting is meant for those of greater stature than mine. Nonsense, we have a delicate matter to discuss, one that might require severe judgment down the road. I think you understand why I wish for a child of Hakim to be involved. Of course, was with that expression on your face, Granger. Crittering collects himself. Look who's joining us. The High Regent and the Chancellor of the Five Boroughs, Lady Aisling Sturbridge walks into a group in Alpha I would never imagined her and pretending everything is par for the course. Well, that's a thing. That is definitely a thing. Like Prince Panhard, the sheriff, the Harpy, the Banu Hakim, whatever, Primogen. We're still waiting for someone. Tower 2. Showing you more brave than usual, honestly. Like, I adore your outfit, Tamara. Wish the prince allowed the cinema effort for me. I can't take that seriously. I, for one, am glad you did. I particularly love those horns. Well, thank you for reminding me. I put them on at the princess' behest, but I believe she's had more than enough fun. No, not yet. Well, this would do for now. You're not off the hook yet. I paid a costly price to see you like this. Both Grangers and the prince's voice are stained whenever they attempt humor. Strained. The minds are obviously elsewhere, and it's not a happy place. So Drew, on the other hand, seems calm. He always seems calm. At least he isn't going off on us about fate. You know about fate, right? I used to not believe in fate. But there's so much fate in New York City. It's all about that fate. You know, separate your power in different ways, I suppose. Oh, no. Shoot. They're gone. Now I'm sad. Now, what is this about? And just a moment over here, Anderson. John's infamous spokesman approaches, pushed towards us in a wheelchair by his servant. I don't even know a voice for you. Helene, everyone, I certainly hope this is something important. Oh wow, commanding tone. Helene, I really hope this is something important. While commanding terror scenes, Fang can't communicate normally, so relays words just as thin as posh and snobby enough to make me believe I'm listening to his master's voice. Carter won't be joining us. Any fair warning, he might not make it tonight. I messaged him the details. I have to find time to meet him later. Then, finding time, searching for lost time, I swear is all I do nowadays. And there was never enough time that is lost, but yet time. Anyway. Guess I answer why I insisted that this event must last all week. So many esteemed guests, many of them from out of town, each deserving at least a few hours. Also, where's Catherine Weist? In the wheelchair waves his hand impatiently. Yes, let's cut to the chase now, shall we? That may be the wisest course of action, my prince. Toro? Ah, yes, my prince, everyone, let me begin by stressing these important points. The situation is largely under control. The negotiations are underway and the situation is more tense than dangerous. We are safe. Let me repeat, we are safe. With that out of the way, here's the big news. Baron Callahan, de facto leader of the Anarchs in New York City, met his final death in his office tonight. How did you find out? We have a good friend near his office, though intel is as accurate as it gets. We voted to establish a negotiation channel with the Anarchs that gave us all the confirmation we needed. Was our cart involved in this? Just cha-chan. Okay, just wait till there's everyone else. Not that the same thought hasn't passed through my head, but to simply exclaim it like that. Or spare me the photo of singing, knowing. I thought we were being transparent here. I don't give a damn if we took care of Callahan or not. I just want to have a clear idea of what I'm doing with. Yes, a clear answer. I need that too. Right now, as long as this present here order is destruction, nor do we participate in it unless someone wants to confess it's now or never. Well, here's the thing. Arturo could have, but that just depends if he got bored with the whole current power structure that he's helping maintain. Because remember, Sophie could have took over, but he was like, nah, I like the way things are. So I'm just gonna keep this power structure going. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be all fate-like. Of course, nobody speaks up until he pretends to clear his throat. That's our official position. As well, the camera was ruined, but I had nothing to do with it, and for all intents and purposes, his anarch-continuers had more interest in removing him than we did. Maybe, shit, what's his name? Maybe Torque finally got involved. Then an interest is sure to manifest in one way now. His former enemies will pop up as a martyr for the cause. Which is why I'm trying to read this thing and it's not scrolling properly. Which is why we certainly cannot just leave the Anarchs to their own devices. As much as we like to avoid recognizing their set in any way, we've offered a system in an official investigation. Oh shit. I just thought of something. Could it have been the Sabbat that killed him? You know, a whole third party emerging behind the shadows. We already know one of the Sabbat is technically ill. I mean, Catherine's ill. Katerina the Wise, who we know back in 1999 was a member of the Sabbat, along with Wilhelm and others. Because Christoph was off, you know, saving the world from voodoo whack and all that fun stuff. Anderson Payne's wrinkled face contorted slightly. Let me ask you one question. You do realize these courts have no respect for our traditions, yes? By the way, the traditions. Such traditions form the basis of modern kindred law. The first tradition is masquerade. Thou shalt not reveal thy nature. Don't let anybody figure out you're a vampire. They're the most important of the bunch, but Lucy interrupted pretty often. Second tradition is domain. Thy domain is thine own concern. All others are thee respectful in it. I'm too much of a nobody to own a domain, so this one doesn't apply to me. The third tradition is progeny. Thou shalt only sire enough with the permission of thy neighbor. Masquerade birth control, but for vampires. No new birth life cycles unless somebody, usually the prince, agrees to it. The fourth tradition is accounting. Those thine create or thine own children. Their sins are thine to endure. If I fuck up real bad, children should face some consequences, in theory. The fifth tradition is hospitality. Honor one, another's domain. Without the word of acceptance, thou art nothing. New York City, this is usually understood as don't harm somebody else is struck by in a city. The house is over 8 million mortals. First from this one is prairie lands. Yeah, I can understand that. The sixth tradition concerns destruction. Thou art forbidden to destroy another of thy kind. Where destruction belongs to only thy neighbor. You don't get to kill a vampire until the prince gives you the go-ahead. As Sheriff Crater has simply go ahead. You don't get to kill a vampire until the prince says, yeah, go ahead. Well, that's a blood hunt. A blood hunt sort of contradicts that tradition. Then there's things like, you know, like freaking Bloodlines, that was no, we didn't have anything about that since tradition. Because it's like, oh, there's a plot, go murder them. That and we were sort of the prince's lackey, so I guess we got the free reign now to be his enforcer on matters. We were basically the prince's scourge in Bloodlines, so I guess that's our excuse for that. We do understand, but as a veteran politician, you should be deeply familiar with the word's controlled opposition. Yes, but now it's impossible to fully contain the anarch threat in New York. For now, our only option is to prop up a candidate who will offer the least resistance to our future plans for the city. Send our hand to the most promising contender, giving him a way to present himself as a diplomat. Man who reaches more compromise. The rabbit falls in line, the peers grow angry and alienated. Is it Torch? Well, we contact the best possible person I've said. He will oversee the investigation. In his best interest is to show he's able to resolve the situation calmly. Is that good enough? Is it Torch? Ashton ponders the question for a while and waves his hand again. It is. Proceed. I think nobody's paying any attention to me right now. Keep in mind, Mr. Payne, our man's people will still barely tolerate us, and the situation is volatile. The old factions within and that sorry excuse for a set might still try to escalate the conflict. Yeah, it's basically one of those situations where basically if we were involved in any way, this could mean war. And we don't exactly want that. Because we're basically, you know, keeping vampire control means not going into an all-out war with just the masquerade and all that fun stuff. Anyway, I would do my best to solve the situation as fast as possible. How so? Kratos momentarily taken back by Artur's question. Going to coordinate the case with the Anarchs, of course. I fear you have more important duties to focus on. More Kratos is stunned. All due respect, Prince, but if you don't consider me capable of tackling this issue and attending to my usual duties at the same time, I think you gravely underestimate me. Your penchant for working yourself to the bone is well known and appreciated by everyone in this room, so is your perfectionism. We do grant your wish and let you investigate yourself for fulfilling your routine obligations. Can you guarantee you're going to get both these tasks to pass? I can guarantee something very close to my best. Close to your best as a god, our zine. Not when the vultures are our force. Carrying the church is sure to cause unrest among the Anarchs, and there's an obvious outlet for their pent-up rage. Let's make this perfectly clear. The celebrations will continue as planned, no matter what. This is why your presence here is absolutely necessary, Sheriff. We rely on your constant protection. Of course, my friends, we must be on constant vigil for a few days. Our same sword must be constantly pointed at the enemy surrounding us. Well, this is going to be awkward. Oh god, they're going to send me. Ugh. That, like, the timing and the bell in this instruction is impeccable. The Anarch leaders are sure to point out and claim we're shamelessly celebrating this, and anybody believes it's just a coincidence. Where's the messy, almost as messy as politics? It's impossible to reliably predict the outcome of any violent action. I think it'd be wise for us to brace for a lot of unfortunate coincidences. Aisling. In any case, the rabble can't get the impression that the power. Wait, why am I going with that voice? Like, in any case, the rabble. Oh crap, I forgot his voice already. How'd I do that? In any case, the rabble can't get the impression that the power structures of. How did I lose his voice? In any case, the rabble can't get the impression that the power struggles of great concern, but they also. How did I? But they also can't think to something like hi, which brings me to my point. There we go. I don't know what happened now. I got his voice too much mixed up with the Valley Girl one for some reason and started blending in together. We do need a symbiotic gesture. When displaying expert and measured intensity, my best bet is a humble diplomatic info on a low level official acting as an investigator of sorts. They mean me. I implore you, Prince. Crater. He bites his tongue and shrugs to collect himself. I rose him lose his temper, at least for the cameras involved. What's going on? I wonder about your suggestion for this role. After all, it's not particularly prestigious, but it carries a lot of responsibility. So we're talking about Camarera representative. Oh no. What are you up to, Thomas? I think there was a very obvious candidate. Both he and Crater look at me simultaneously. Everyone else in the room does too. Oh shit. Now wait a second, he can't possibly mean. Also, I'm still questioning, where was Catherine Weiss in all this? Wasn't she supposed to be at the party? Miss Julia, once again, your full name eludes me at the moment. I don't really give a shit about you. But I'm nominating you because it'll be interesting to my fate. Haha. Am I allowed to speak, or maybe I should wait for permission before I make up my mind? The sheriff sighs deeply and speaks up. Zawinski. Miss Julia Zawinski, right? I understand you used to be an investigative journalist before your embrace. That's correct. Among others, the Banu Hakim Primogen insisted that you are worth a great privilege and should be given a chance to prove yourself. Smell measures of her suspicion. Yes. Do you still think she's capable? She looks me deep in the eye. So she's telepathically trying to tell me, please don't fuck this up, you dumbass little white girl. Of course. Good, I'm sure that you, Amazon, have no problem with your approach and embarking on this mission, save for the pain a mother feels when watching her child leave the nest. Whether I do or don't is not particularly important right now, is it? It absolutely is. Power's backing of Arturo momentarily blindsides him. Prince Banhart, if Arturo's plan is reckless, I want you to tell me. I need a simple yes or no. Is the girl capable? Now he knows he's left with no choice. I want to entrust her with all the responsibilities that I have if she wasn't. He exchanged a glance with me, but his look is different than Samara's, as if he is trying to apologize to me. Well, here we are then, a recommendation from the Banu Hakim Primogen and the sheriff. To tell you the truth, I was just throwing out ideas, but with this backing, I could doubt the Night Clan's representative will get the job done. I can't doubt. I'm certain each one's feels the same, Mr. Payne. Now in the room mostly suggest people are glad they don't have to discuss the topic further, a shrug here and a averted gaze there. Just as you say, I will watch the way she handles the situation with great interest. Well then, Miss Lewinsky, it looks like you've got your chance for a big break. I don't think I could pull any of those. Now just point me in the right direction and tell me what to do. No point in pretending I have a choice there is, though. Exactly. And to that leaves us with only one more matter, which I hope we can agree on. Prince Panhard said no someone from their hand. With their hand. They emerged from behind the corner. Fuck. I knew you were involved here somewhere. It's like, why haven't you shown up yet? Good evening. Catherine, what pleasant surprise. Nobody informed us you were in town. I thought the parties were going on for a while, but apparently not. Anyway, Addison looking healthier than ever. And like, what does Wise have to do with that? When you're an impartial observer who everyone respects and it happens, Catherine always knew how to make friends on both sides without angering either. But she's also a bot. I beg to differ. Great purpose just for once you decided against throwing a tantrum about me, High Regent. Painful grimace crosses Ainsley's face, but she's quick to interpret the taunt as a invitation to a game she can't possibly win. Yeah, how much you want to bet she's involved with Callahan's murder? I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. As long as she could, as long as she can prove herself useful to the proceedings in some way. Too many voices. Never I've heard about her from Mr. Vander Vaden is true. She should be able to. What did poor Carter say about me this time? Nothing specific. One always has to read between the lines with Vampire. It's mostly envy. Miss Wise gratefully agreed to mediate between the anarch representative and the zombie representative, ensuring mutual cooperation and mitigating potential conflicts. Felt like a fruiting slip. Sombra's representative, not camera representative. I.e. someone who could be catapulted from the set without much damage to the ivory tower if they mess up. Is that what means up? Ultra alerts to the clock on the outside of the room. Less than an hour. You better hurry then, and we forgot to tell you until now. What the hell? What is happening so fast? This is indeed under control. I will drive her and oversee the situation. Oh, the question. You've got your order shelf. Attend to those. You fool. The girl needs guidance. We need yours. Nobody knows what might happen next. But tonight the Anarchs have a lot of love for you, Allison. You're too efficient in your duties for them to tolerate you. Parents found Miss Orensky having them see you two together. I like how he's worried about us. I think my guidance that you're really lacking, Crater. I never said that. Do you have any objections to putting her under my care? Though his gaze but seems reassured. None whatsoever. That's all I need to hear. We'll be going then. Wasting no time as usual, I see. Have you at least tried the aperitifs? Playing as no person's game handling. I still feel young. Well, if there's anything you need help with. Probably not, but I appreciate the thought. Nevertheless, have a great night, everyone. I'll catch up with you later, Addison. Thing is, she could potentially be the oldest vampire here. Because, remember, she was around back in the... When was Carthage? She was around then, so yeah. I certainly hope you do. Yeah, probably not, but I appreciate the thought. Now let's have a great night, everyone. I'll catch up with you later, Addison. And so we leave in a rush, finally considering what you told me about being in a hurry yesterday. Well, this is gonna be a long one, apparently. Things have escalated. We're here. You look sinister against this background. But your eyes have a more of a greenish tint than the orangish glow that most of them have. She thanks the chauffeur and lets me out of the car into a quiet neighborhood somewhere in Queens. It seemed like you were in a rush. I couldn't stand the crowd. She's honest, probably performatically so. Just get into my good graces while it's working. Why is that? My experience gatherings like those always enable boring pat mentality. All the familiar lies we told herself to justify lasting for more, but he appeared ad nauseum. See, here's the thing. If I remember back in Redemption, she went with the Sabbat instead of the camera road because she didn't. Because they were still pissed at the Ventura and Tramiel for what they did. So. Yeah, why is she helping the Camarera now? I don't know. Like, she's supposed to be like a. I forget what in the. Like, a bishop, an archbishop in the Sabbat. So it's questionable what the hell is going on with her hill. Well, what lies are you telling yourself? Zora immediately turns colder. You bigger issues to worry about, sweetheart. Or at least I know how familiar I can get with her. And that I do. I thought you said something about guiding me, and that, but I have zero idea what to do, none whatsoever. I have your necessary arrangements to make over the phone before we got here to ensure your pretty little head stays attached to your neck for now, anyway. Grateful, but I still feel way out of my depth. I need to know what to do. Just make a living as an investigative journalist, did you not? Investigate the murder. TV shows where an investigative journalist gets too close to the heart of a politically incendiary case. It rarely goes well. Cat's head on the porch, bored to the head. So you're afraid you might be a pawn in a game you don't understand? That your elders consider you as a disposable asset? That single wrong move might cost you everything you hold dear? Oh god, it's the jihad at play. It's the jihad at play. That sounds about right, yeah. Well, by the sound, you understand your situation perfectly. And don't be letting me, I need your advice. Be anything you want, but don't be boring. Sure, if I wanted to belittle you, I would have drowned you in platitudes long ago. Know thyself, believe in your strength, trust no one. Act confident. Turn the chessboard around and read your opponent's mind. Read Sun Tzu. I can't even read it. And quote him incessantly. So do you feel any better now? Well, at least she's very adapted to the whole modern life more than Kristoff did. Can I ask you something? Seeing as me is still not here, of course. Do you know who killed Baron Callahan? Oh, I haven't the slightest idea. I'm still making you. You're still sus to me, though. Very sus. Were you emotionally impacted by his death? Not at all. Did you know him? When passing out, Fred, I expected him to perish sooner than later. So now bone to improve our relationship. Why are you helping me? Am I? That remains to be seen. What do you mean? You don't want a painfully honest answer. But I do. She stares me down, her irrelevant tone makes it impossible to guess what she's feeling, even more so than the mask. Well, look at you, I see someone pitiful, someone whose hunger is purely biological, just an animalistic rush. Vampires are defeated. It overpowers all the other needs and trying to ignore it is said to be the easiest way to prime the beast. The dark, always bloodthirsty passage that accompanies every vampire's own life for a hostile takeover. I haven't really had any encounters with the beast compared to, you know, when we were forced to eat that guy because we didn't get any feeding opportunities. So, when I saw a burgeoning plan to put you in a situation that is way beyond your capabilities, I offered my help, but I was curious to see your true colors reveal themselves firsthand. When everything is said and done, and Callahan's character pointed out, you'd be a whimpering animal or a victor taking the spoils. Can't wait to find out. Don't know what to say. Is she provoking me or... You should be here any second. You have time for one more question. You know, actually, it would I could see Kristoff either becoming an anarch or just staying independent compared to everyone else, because let's face it, Christoph's one of those characters that doesn't seem like he would really give a shit about the camera or the Sabat or any of them. He's too headstrong, which sort of makes him anarch material, given how headstrong he is. But it doesn't really seem like he'd be any to really follow any of the sets, to be honest. But anyway, me should be here any second. No, let's not go with that. Who is me, anyway? Chase ahead, half disappointed, half amused. Very how boring. Look behind you, if that was your answer. Around my age, emerges from around the corner of the street. Oh. Well, you look more sinister than last I remembered. I remember before, but if I had to describe her 2 words by her aura alone, I'd guess those words would be permanently angry. Even more so than your average anarch. You must be Captain Wise. You must be Mia Morgan. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Pleasure mutual. This your girl? Julia Sawinski, the somber I like that primogen. The La Sombra representative. I create your automatic at this point, it's a habit. Good if your primogen might have tried to kill you here and now. Stark still on the side? Nah, I told him I'd take it from him. Later tonight, he needs to look like a natural candidate for the leader of New York City Anarchs. He's going to take a lot of driving around in negotiations. You're out to finding Callahan's remains. Johnson's Ellie Labrador and his fairies, but I expect he reacted the same way every true believer in the cause did. It's this complicated mess of all the possible failings under the moon. There's the first one who's seen the murder site? Or so they're calling it murder site. Does the Irish have know something we don't? Not the official position, but I expect a lot of them think it's Torque who stood to benefit the most from the boss's death. Sounds like he's quick to jump on new opportunities. You don't know him. Just by larger me and ask him some questions, especially if he was the one who found the body. Well, if you meet Torque at all, I won't be tonight. He's too busy. Signed to the investigate, I won't be able to do it properly, but I'm not able to question a key witness. Arrange for him to see you this week. This week? On the tensions led to hyper delaying an investigation like this? Or Torque's work is our best shot at making sure they won't get higher. So boo fucking cool. I'm his right-hand woman, though. You got any questions, shut them to me. You two should just head to Callahan's office. The discussion here does not seem to be going in the right direction. You're a particularly interesting one. You're not coming? Hey, Torque and you are not the only ones who have to work out for them tonight. Trust you can take it from him. May it be easier, in slightly different circumstances, but the two of you would have ended up on the same side of the barricades. Uh-huh. Take care. She heads back to her vehicle. Well, follow me. I'll show you his place. It's a 19th century style office. But shouldn't he be, you know, dust? Just a pile of dust. Classical wooden smelling, the stuffy, books, old furniture, and dust covers much of the fragrance of decay, but not all of it. It's the first time I've seen the remains of a vampire who met the final death. Stories a very old kindred who crumbled to dust, but that's exaggeration. At least it didn't happen here. No, that's just you're not using the Bloodlines mechanics. That's the problem. We're gonna die. Time catches up then if you are off me right now. I'd probably turn into an ugly, leaky corpse for Callahan. It's well over a century old. It looks like looking at a dapper mummy. A desiccated body, a heap of musty clothes. All that's left the mighty boss Douglas Callahan, Anarch Baron of New York City, if that's really him. Instead, it might be a little hard to establish the time of death for the causes, especially if the scarf doesn't have any obvious damage. What a great place to start. You already found anything suspicious? Nothing you don't see in front of you. Uh-huh. The door's the only point of entry to the room, right? Yes, unless you count the windows, but nobody except Callahan knew how to operate those, and they don't let air or light through. Metal blinders, no window facing east, the only modern element of the room. Sticking out like a sore thumb. Like automated. Was the door open when Torque got here? Well, that's one suspicious thing it wasn't. As if Callahan locked himself in from the inside. Closed room murder, huh? So a glass guy on the floor, I point at it. Could that be from the window? Judging from the outside, it's in perfect condition. So what's this glass? I have no idea. It seems like she has her suspicions, but remaining uncooperative just because a fuck off camera error scum. Try the next part of interest, a wall safe, surprisingly large. Play with the lock a bit. It's a combination. It's called Carans. What makes you think I know? Lisa tried. Desk row of nothing but envelope art, nothing inside, check all the drawers. Yeah, let's just put fingerprints on everything, right? I've seen one that's been thoroughly emptied. I don't know why I sweat it. Is this how the animals go around securing crime scenes? These emptied before Torque arrived? I don't know, but I won't accuse him of tampering with evidence if I were you. Well, thank you. The car room was pretty minimal, so there was not a lot of points of interest that could illuminate the case. I start getting nervous. Went ping on the wall. Of course, you have no idea who that is. Karen's ancestor, I guess? Oh, right, it is. Everything I look at feels like another dead end. First, I failed this investigation before it's even started. Must be something more. Something more concrete? Nope, just something more. Look around trying to find a single clue. Mira just watches me indifferently. Well, look for hell particles. I don't know. No blood, no nothing. I mean anything. Anything, goddammit. Anything. Well, that'll help. Sarah blinks in and out of resistance. No cow hands remained. I freeze in place. You trying to help me? Remember, in case you missed it, I'm not very fond of Rosette. Seemed like me noticed it. Maybe just a moment more. She grabs her nose and goes back to messaging someone on her phone. When she does, the shadow appears again. So again, blink in, blink out. Could something be there? First the clothes and start searching them for a clue. Maybe they missed something. Getting desperate, huh? Just being thorough. Searched the bachelor like 3 times. He had nothing of interest on him. How about this? Small card, barely noticeable, looking a bit like a shopping list. It's shoved deep into an almost invisible hole in the fabric. I take it out and show it to Mia. Huh. You didn't plant that there, did you? No, did you? Shelf off. What's on it? Oh, shit. It's a list of 4 names. D'Angelo, Hope, Agathon, Tamika. Okay, so here's the thing. Basically, pretty much all 4 candidates for, you know, in the first game that we could have visited. And you know, we worked with Hope and Agathon. We sort of worked with D'Angelo. We didn't really spend any time with Tamika, though. So, what, am I going to have to go and investigate all 4 of them now? You know what this is about? Beats me. She's lying, but I don't care. Tomorrow night, I'll meet up with Crater and ask him to help me figure it out. I think I'm done now. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. She sees me as nothing more but an enemy agent. When do I get to meet with Torque? If, and that's a big if, he agrees to meet with you on a one basis, Catherine will let you know. Probably won't let a loyal camera or lapdog like you see him without her oversight anyway. Kind of lapdog, huh? Search can play, of course, it might backfire, but maybe I'd benefit if I put my loyalty to the court of question. Nah, playing for both sides sounds like a recipe of trouble. Just too risky and stressful path. Ooh, a trait update. The fuck does that mean? Would I have traits? It says serious traits though, but loyal to the end? Huh, maybe that. I want to sadly consider myself loyal to the camera to the end, but oh well. See, well, have a good night. It's getting late or early, depending on how you look at it. Once I leave Callahan's office, I head straight into Dakota's apartment. I try to sneak into my bedroom, but she's up waiting for me. How was your night? Shit. Tomorrow. What happened to you? Like something the cat dragged in. Tomorrow, I promise. But I'm worried. Don't be. Tomorrow. She gets me concerned, then closes her eyes, stumps her shoulders, and frowns. Alright. You're the best. Between pitch black room and throw myself on the bed. The responsibilities, the mistakes, the way I always feel too slow to react promptly in these situations. Trying to think, I want to turn off my brain, I want to drift into the void. Into the void, into the void, into the void. So much for that guy. And the walk in the park. Oh, well, this is the thing. You'll read your first trait. Some traits in the game will push you towards different ways of thinking, which will have a lasting effect on her throughout the story. Well, that's a thing. So we're basically going to be loyal to the camera until the end. Not sure how I feel about that, but anyway. At least we're getting a tutorial now. And, well, mostly next time. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Thank y'all. Have a nice day. This one was a bit of a long one because I wasn't expecting, you know. Just by the way, welcome to the party. Boss Callahan's dead. Murder investigation. Okay. But anyway, till next time. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank y'all. Have a nice day or night.